So, Matti, my dear friend, my compadre, mio amico.
Yes, mun kaveri.
What in the name of God is this abomination?
Well, let's not be that harsh.
No, that's becoming the catchphrase. I have to legally insert it into every episode now. Contractually obligated. Like a bad toothpaste advert.
Well, for this
Better
time...
get the serious toothpaste.
Well, for this time, the game in question is a point-and-click adventure called Cedric and the Revolution.
Another point-and-click adventure game? Is this all we're going to watch and comment on?
Yeah, I was about to ask that. Can we switch to different genres once in a while?
Matti, you chose this game this week.
Yeah.
Why are you asking me?
I don't know. We're on an adventure game streak, have been lately, so I was wondering if this is a purely point-and-click thing, or...
It's not! Nobody decided that. The first game we covered together was Skyrim. And then we jumped right into the most awful thing ever concocted. But that's ancient history by now. What exactly is this game? Can we get to the point faster this time?
A few months ago, I did a review on a series of platformers, a game with a kitty franchise.
Yes, I've seen that video. That seemed interesting.
Yeah, well, this game is the first point-and-click adventure the creator of that series, Bernhard Politz, made. So
I'm with you so far. Can you tell us anything more about the Kitty series? Or does it have a longer title, by the way?
Well, the games are called A Game with a Kitty, so I've just...
That seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah. A Kitty series is about this. If you haven't watched my video, it's about this cat in a dreamlike
You know what,
world. And
Matti? You know what, Matti? If you have to be so petulant, we're going to put the link of the video review of all the games in the series that you covered up here. It's appearing right about now as the YouTube video is rolling. So let us not even bother with an introduction. Why don't we just jump into this mess? Do I have to know anything about this game in particular?
it's a standalone. It has nothing to do with kitties.
Well, okay, that saves us about 30-odd minutes. Aren't we glad? Alright, so with the worst introduction we've ever done out of the way, let's just jump into this game, which is titled
Cedric and the Revolution.
Cedric. Cedric and the French Revolution. We're going to chop the heads of all those nobles. We're going to declare France a free democracy now. Oh my god. Oh, this is the level. This is the level, guys. This is the level when I am tired, and I am tired all the time. So
maybe we should make these videos at a bit earlier time.
Actually, we're doing this as early as my weekend internet connection will allow us to do it.
Oh.
Yes. The weekend is no good early during the day. I know that because I tested it. Once more, with feeling, this is Cedric and the Revolution. Ah, Satan.
Oh, that's a logo.
Cedric and the Revolution.
Yes.
Graphics and coding, Bernie. Once again, I ask you to support my games. Bernie. Alright. Thanks go out to Scorpiorus for his sweet character speeching. Alright, on to the game. I am not inspired by this opening credits, I must say.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a fantasy comedy adventure, so...
Yes, it gave me Discworld vibes right off the bat. I don't like it.
I don't have much experience on this.
No. I'm referring specifically to the Discworld PC game from 1995. It was awful, and I don't want to remember it.
This game is from 2005, so it's a bit newer.
It's a nice aesthetic, very reminiscent of early 90s LucasArts games. There is clearly an homage at play. Are these original models or are they recycled assets?
To my understanding, Bernie made everything else except the music, which are borrowed from other sources.
Well, it's a good thing we are not commentating on the music in these videos of ours. For reasons. What a tragedy indeed. So what exactly is happening here? Are you getting your last job from your awful boss and you're going to cover a story about a two-headed squirrel somewhere? That's a Zack McCracken reference for all of you nerds out there.
Game.
Well, I have for a very limited time, admittedly.
Well, if you didn't read, the gist here is that our main character Cedric wanted to be a blacksmith for...
I think I would say that I skimmed it, but the text was going a bit fast as it was, so it skimmed itself for me. The fact that you're saving the game right off the bat has me worried. Are there deaths in this game?
No, but I'm just paranoid otherwise, so it's kind of a habit.
Oh yes, it might crash, you never know. Especially since this is a very indie-rific title. From my understanding, it was made by one guy, essentially. And you probably don't buy it off of Steam or any official channels, do you?
No, it's freeware, you can...
So it is extremely prone to crashes, is what you're saying.
Well, it didn't...
Be sure it has advantages. The ladies will think you're younger than you really are.
That would only... Okay, I just...
Okay.
Screen bigger. What do you think of this place?
Yes. The texts are going a bit too fast for us to read them, because we also have to consider the lag between us two, since we're doing all of this through Discord. I think doing a read-through of this is going to be problematic.
I was careful not to click on anything, so it's pretty much on the speed as presented in the game itself.
I think you should consider slowing down the subtitles manually next time.
I'm not sure how to do that, but
I like that you can hit things, apparently. It's an option.
Yeah. So yeah, Cedric wanted to be blacksmith, but he can't because there are too high taxes, so his friend is unable to hire a helper, so they decide to make a protest.
Ah. Well, isn't that how all revolts begin? Popular discontent. The little guy, in this case literally the little guy, being held down by the man. So we've got to mount a revolt against this unfair system. Abolish the police. Death to fascism. Let's eat the rich. Yes, I like it. Let's do that.
So I guess at this
I'm not even
point...
joking. Let's freaking go. No, don't me, mister. This is a ride or die situation.
Yeah, I really should next time choose something less political.
The title of this game is literally Cedric and the Revolution. There's revolution in the title. How could this not be political? Seriously.
Yeah, I know it's a kind of in a comedic way of tone.
Again, even if it's a comedy, it doesn't mean it's not inherently political. Again, it's called revolution. Revolution.
I don't mind political stuff, just for the record, but...
The implication is that it is at least satirical.
Yes.
And there is no satire without politics. So is he going to follow you around?
Yeah, he follows you around.
Okay, we have our own sidekick.
Yeah, they are in this together.
That's nice. It's like Sam and Max, except we are controlling Max, not Sam.
Yeah.
Because he's the little one. Please tell me we use the big guy as an item. The big guy is an item in our inventory and we use him. Please tell me we do that.
Well, he's not an inventory item, but he is needed in a few puzzles.
Okay. So, if we have to mount a protest, the first thing we need is to organize one. We need to bring people together, get the signs, government unfair, and I have never organized a protest in my life, so I am talking completely out of my buttocks right now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, the only thing I've protested is voting someone else in power.
I mean, that's not a light protest. That's a pretty important one. So, good for you.
Yeah. I've voted in pretty much all elections I've been able to. Only one Europarliament election I missed because I had no time to check out all the candidates, but otherwise I have.
Elves are stupid, haha! You're the ugliest girl in town, hey. What's that, a talking hat?
Well, seems like it.
Okay. It's a talking hat? Yeah, let's catch it and say to the circus, yeah. Stinky. That's... okay. Right. The teeth of time have chewed a hole through this old wooden door thing. That was a nice proverb.
So yeah, I guess at this point I could talk about more trivia about this game. So, if I understood correctly the chronological time frame, this is Bernie's or Origami Heroes' second game after the first, a game with the kitty. And first point-and-click adventure he made. He's made 5 in total to this day. And it's made with the Adventure Game Studios website, which is this engine which this is made with. And they have award show yearly, and this game won for best puzzles and best short game. Also nominated for best game created with the engine, best player character, background art, and character art.
So, what you're saying is that this is not Stupid Invaders all over again.
No, yeah, no, this is a much
Because
better
after
product.
that game, my whole entire opinion about adventure game has lowered significantly. It has ruined the genre for me forever. So
You
I find myself with even less patience than usual for this retro style of point and click adventure game.
damn, your mind is broken so easily.
It's not that it is broken, it's that I'm tired of this bullshit, basically. After Discworld, after Stupid Invaders, after all the Sierra games, maybe we needed a bit of a break from this genre.
Yeah.
It's not you, it's me. Actually, it's totally you. This is a toxic relationship. I shall not stand for this. I am seeking a therapist.
So I take it you don't like adventure games where the player character can die.
Well, I think I made it abundantly clear. Unless the death is merely for flavor, then no, I don't care about those. I am generally very disassociated with the genre nowadays. I cannot even look at it. With some exceptions, I suppose. Definitely, if they are short and sweet, I will try them at least. And judging by the length of this video, this is pretty short.
Yeah, it's only about
Good.
hour and a half.
Good adventure games don't need to be longer than 2 hours. Because if they are, they tend to pad themselves. In an attempt to pretend to have more depth than they actually do. I could write you an essay of everything that Runaway does wrong on that regard.
Yeah, I haven't played those, but I do know the series.
The first game is fine for what it is. The second game, ooh, my gosh, it's more padded than a winter coat. I guess that's the analogy I'm going with.
Yeah.
Oh goody, we're going to have to chase a living hat all throughout town, much like in LeChuck's Revenge. Except that time it was a piece of paper.
No. Yeah, the hat returns if I move the screen, go away from the screen, but at this point I remember that I don't have all the things I need to solve this puzzle, so I need to...
How big is the in-game world? So far we've seen 3 screens at best.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10...
This is great content for
12.
YouTube.
I guess 12 screens.
Alright, that's not too bad. So how are we going to solve this issue? And dare I ask, what use can we gather from a talking hat? Are we going to put it on people's head and it's going to determine whether they are for Gryffindor or Hufflepuff or whatever other turf Harry Potter owls?
No. Well, we don't really need the hat. We only need to get it back to her, so she would want to join in our revolution.
Oh, so the whole point of the game is to befriend people so that they will join us to demand less taxes from the king.
Yeah.
It is simple, straightforward, and absolutely relatable enough that I could get behind this.
Yeah. No one wants too much taxes. I mean,
Yeah.
you need to have to pay something in order to make the
Well,
infrastructure better, but
Well, you could always tax the rich, but nah, that's never going to happen. If that happened, then the whole facade of capitalism would crumble in a second. We can't have that. Clearly.
yeah, it depends from the country.
Yes, I like what the Danes are up to in that department. That seems promising, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with what Danes are up to.
They seem to be on the path, tentatively, to tax the rich more, which is good. From what I've gathered. I'm actually not keeping up with Danes' politics. I'm pretty sure nobody in the world is. Of course, things would be different if the North Sea Empire had never crumbled. Can you imagine what Europe would look like today if the North Sea Empire did not die, thanks to Christianity?
Wait, wasn't Norse Empire mainly occupied by Vikings?
Yes, that's what I said. That's what I said.
we're-
Thanks to Christianity, no more Vikings.
Yeah, well,
That's what
Vikings were kind of roamed around Europe and stole stuff. And
Yes.
caused terror.
Yes, that too. But the English, for their part, were very jealous of how handsome the Vikings were, so they wanted to destroy them.
Yeah, that's what the reason was.
No, there's more to it, clearly. But yes, there are no heroes in this story, just a raw, bad, diabolical, terrible history.
Yeah.
Many of the things people say about the Vikings are factually, historically wrong. Yes, they had slaves, which is bad. Yes, they pillaged and everything. But hey, they definitely had women Vikings, no matter what the conservatives will invent to pretend that's not the case. What really pisses me off is that white supremacists have adopted the Viking aesthetic as if they were their kindred spirits. Absolutely not! Abso-freaking-lutely not.
So,
Anyway, back to this game.
so for that guy, we just need to pick that monocle.
A monocle, you say?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Sebastian! Get away from our monocle, Sebastian!
And
Oh.
for this puzzle, the solution is a rather easy one once I remember what to do.
I do like me some sensible solutions to puzzles. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
for
crab,
some-
a bloody crab! Crimey, we're going to get the crab out of the nest so we can get our monocle to progress in the game!
Yeah.
Blimey!
You just pick it up.
Oh, you can just pick up. I would have never figured this out in the first hour. It's that kind of puzzle, I see. Very despicable. This reminds me of all those times in adventure games, at least 2 times, in which I find myself in front of a seemingly heavily closed off door, and the solution to the puzzle is to just open it or push it open.
Yeah, isn't it one of those Monkey Island games that one
Yes.
famous puzzle where the
It's in
Main
Monkey Island
character is
2, LeChuck's Revenge. But an even more infamous example of that puzzle would be in Leisure Suit Larry 7 Love for Sale, in which You literally have to push a door open, a door that looks to be guarded by every weapon and security system known to man, but it's all a facade. And of course, little old child me could not figure that out. Because I've been conditioned by adventure games to always seek out the most outlandish solution to any problem.
Yeah, old school point-and-click adventures do make you kind of paranoid.
Most adventures in general. But then again, if the alternative is the telltale glorified cutscenes that we have gotten in their later years, I think I would prefer going back to those.
Yeah, from Telltale catalog, I've only played the Sam and Max games and Puzzle Agents.
Those were very good. Those were very good.
Yeah.
Look at those googly eyes. That crab is hilarious.
Yeah, we are going to need it in a puzzle later.
I'm sure we do. Does it involve cutting something? Maybe rope?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, like something, cutting of something, yes.
I like watching the sunset from here. Well, that is quite a sight, yeah. And the bar is pretty nifty too. I can't decide on a voice for this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah?
I'm not even sure how old Cedric is supposed to be.
Blimey! Blimey, I'd be old enough to bang your ma! I don't know.
I'm totally pistol, just say. Have any guys want to drink on the house? Where is the house today, eh? Yeah, bye-bye. Fucking heck.
Blimey, you be drunk as a drunk person, I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying so hard to go for a bad Cockney impression. If the bar were here, he would wince and cringe all the way to the past to fight Vikings in the North Sea Empire.
Yeah.
I like beer. You're like it too when you're no kid anymore. We'll see about that, Vic. I'm old enough to drink. I'm old enough to piss. Wait. I'm old enough to piss in my drink. What am I saying? What is wrong with me? Oi! I like to... I said oi! Okay. Oh wait, we don't want anything. Oi! Stop looking at me like that! You shouldn't take advantage of his current state. I just wanted to see if he really would do it. Blimey, I can't help it. It's my researcher's spirit. Oh, you're going to get a spirit, all right. In a bar. Get it? Because alcohol. That's... Nothing? Not even a pity laugh? Okay.
Oh, I was following the text, so I wasn't hearing your joke that I'm sure was hilarious.
No, it was not. No need for patronizing me.
Wait,
okay, so we have an...
pity laugh.
I don't know. If it doesn't come naturally... That's a Squidward laugh. No, that's Mr. Krabs.
But even though this is a fantasy, there's some modern commodities at use, it seems.
Yes, you have a watering can. A closet over there. Honey jars. And the concept of overthrowing your body of government to establish a democracy.
I'm not sure if they're that far yet. They just want to king hear their demands. But if the king doesn't hear, then we can consider of making the overthrowing the government thing.
Can we skip to the part in which we behead the king? Do they have a guillotine around these parts?
This is not that kind of game.
Do they manufacture them? Is there an artisan in town that does guillotines by commission? I would like 7 dozen guillotines. Yes, it's going to be a wild party, can you tell? Also, pro tip, don't mix your alcohol with your guillotine. It doesn't end well for you.
Yeah, that doesn't sound...
For example, Rick, the other week, he was messing about with the guillotine. He was super drunk, completely baked on tequila and vodka. He put his head on the block. Hey, look at me, guys! I'm a French aristocrat during the French Revolution! Suck! That was the end of Rick. Sad story. It's a good thing he was actually a noble aristocrat, so we completely redistributed his wealth to the people.
Yeah.
So nothing of value was lost.
At least he won the Darwin Award.
Do they have the Darwin Award in medieval fantasy times? They definitely should. Can we go back in time? Can we grab the bar, go back in time, fight the Vikings in the North Sea Empire, and while we're at it, invent the Darwin Awards?
Oh yeah, Darwin Award was that you managed to also remove yourself from the gene pool. It doesn't allow me in stupid death.
Darwin Award is a completely ironic award that's meant to single out human stupidity.
Yeah, well, I guess I would give it to Genghis Khan. I mean, the guy managed to conquer like half of the world, but then he died by falling from a horse.
Yes, that's pretty embarrassing, honestly. I mean, it's good for us, but that's pretty embarrassing. Wow. Okay. People should make fun of Genghis Khan more often.
Yeah.
Hey, what about those people who were crossing the bridge from Constantinople and the bridge, well, fell off and they all died? Thus losing the war.
Oh, they lost the war.
Yes, they lost the war by drowning because the bridge they walked on could not hold them up. I don't remember the context specifically or the war, but I think Constantinople was involved. I should brush up my history, but that's a very hilarious way to go.
Okay, now we can solve this puzzle now that we have the honey
Actually,
with us.
Can you do me a solid and look up this particular death?
What death?
The army that died because the bridge could not sustain their weight and thus they lost the war.
Where did you see it happen? Constantinople?
I think it's about that, but I could be wrong. Honestly, I don't remember. I just remember the accident, but not the context for it. And I want to be sure, because that's a hysterical story in its own right. Tuck, 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 tuck. TikTok. We're posting on TikTok. No. No, that's not right.
Wait a second, it takes a bit longer time because in my laptop certain buttons have lost their function, so...
Ooh, I'm starting to have that issue too with the letter B.
Yeah, I have with H and G.
Ouch! You'll never catch me, coppers!
Yeah, so now
Ouch.
that we have put honey in there, now we can...
Why does this lady have a living hat? Oh, it's a fairy! A pixie, whatever.
Yeah.
Shoo, get out of here, you vile thing! Ugly mug! All one word. These pixies are sure a pest. The king out to do something against them. Are we enlisting Margaret Thatcher to our cause? I don't want her. I don't want this gratuitous racism against the pixies.
Maybe she just hated that particular pixie.
Oh, no. She really wants the king to do something about all the pixies, and that's a problem. I'm not sure if we should seek the help of that particular individual.
Oh yeah, Anger Spirits. Suspension bridge over main river of Angers, France. Designed by Joseph Sale and Pro Dillon, built between 1836 and 1839. Bridge collapsed on 16 April 1850 while a battalion of French soldiers was marching across it, killing over 200 of them.
Yikes. I'm pretty sure there's another similar story about this. But it's nice to know about this one, at least.
Several bridges.
There are several bridge accidents throughout history that determined the outcome of a war. That's fantastic.
No, that's not a war-related thing. That was some other accident, but...
Okay. Well...
But yeah, Angers Bridge has 200 soldiers.
Maybe those 200 soldiers should have not crossed the bridge all at once. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and it was a suspension bridge.
Yes, great idea! Suspension bridge, those really flimsy wooden bridges. That's a great idea. Let's cross this bridge with 200 men clad in armor. That will go swimmingly.
Oh yeah, that same thing happened earlier with Broughton Suspension Bridge in 1831.
Aha!
Which also fell when soldiers marched.
That's so good. That's so good. I love it. Bridges are inherently anti-war. Which is a ironic statement because most singular battles have been done to secure a passage or a bridge to a territory.
Yeah.
So that was a long tangent. What else do we have to do here?
We just need to gather all the characters we've met so far, so we need to get the bar keeper sobered up.
Alright, so I have to say there is nothing inherently bad about this game so far. It seems pretty decent. But at the same time, there is nothing especially mind-blowing about it. So trying to comment on it consistently, it's proving to be difficult because, as you can see, it's not exactly holding my attention. I'm sure this is more fun to play than to watch.
Yeah, I just wanted to give some palate cleanser, and because it was related to all that video that is currently you can see on the screen. I click on it that I made about that.
That was earlier, Matti. My gosh.
Visit my channel if you happen to have half an hour to spend.
Are you using my channel to plug your channel? Is this what's happening? Is this what's been going on over the past few weeks?
I mean, you're plugging your channel, so I can do it too, right?
I mean, these videos are going on my channel, so that makes sense.
If you want to see more of Madhog's hilarious content, subscribe and make that bell thing.
Make that bell thing. I was going to edit that out, but now I'm going to leave it. Now I'm going to leave it.
Yeah.
What have we become? What have I become? What have I become? Da 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 da. Everyone I ever loved. Da 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 da. And da 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 da. And I remember the words. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. My life, I become a.
Yeah.
I become a.
At this point, I needed to.
Judas in my mind. I become a.
Briefly.
I become a.
Yeah, at this point,
Judas in my mind. Yes.
Briefly check from the walkthrough because there was a pixel hunting puzzle.
Ah, pixel hunting puzzles.
Yeah, I didn't notice the matchboxes at the top.
Right. That's another hideous tropes of these older games. Sometimes the vital item you need to solve a puzzle is right there in plain sight, but it is blended with the background, and you literally have to go pixel by pixel with the cursor of the mouse to find and discover that item that you need. The worst offender to that particular video game crime was Discworld on PC.
Oh, that had a lot of those, right?
Oh, it had everything you could possibly hate about adventure games. Moon logic, pixel hunting, filler puzzles, nonsensical puzzles, puzzles which the solution would elude the mind of a 5-year-old. Or 9, or however young you were when you played these games.
Yeah. Did it have deaths?
I don't remember. I think it's the only thing that it didn't have. Although if by death you also mean that scenario in which you find yourself unable to progress because you missed out on an item or a puzzle earlier on, I'm not sure. I think it did have those. I actually don't remember. That's about as bad as dying, honestly. That's actually far worse.
Yep, we're about to get arrested.
Oh no, who could have seen this coming? We mounted a protest, and now the police is coming down to arrest us because they are the police. ACAB.
Yeah. Yeah, in here, police don't really arrest protesters. They just try to keep them a bit of a distance from the stuff. But
Are you two down making fun of me? Not quite.
oh, it's complying now.
Well. Okay, something about his pose there, attached to the wall, really tickles my fancy. It brings attention to how short his legs are.
Oh yeah, but I guess it's also kind of an angle, so it doesn't really...
They really look small, and those feet are minuscule. Comically so. Which I suppose was the intent. Ahoy, me mateys!
You will be in prison for 2 years.
That sounds about right. I think I need to go to the bathroom. Hack!
Nope, I'm allowed to do that.
Well, it's an emergency, matey.
But not. Sit around.
2 years, I can't believe it. The life expectancies of people in the medieval ages is about 30 years. We can't be 2 years in this prison. We will be wasting away, turning into dust. Okay, don't tell me you just have to open the cage.
No, it's not like that.
I see that in Elder Scrolls style they've removed our complete inventory when they arrested us. Freeze, you criminal scum! You've committed crimes against His Majesty.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's going to be a bit longer time because I remember how to do this puzzle, so I guess I could read reviews from this Adventure Game Studio page.
Do we have to? This is not a bad enough game that I would be interested in knowing about someone's opinions of it in 2005.
Downloaded over 13,000 times.
Oh, you're just going to ignore me, okay.
No, I just tried a random fact, but I did take this couple of fact sites out in case we run out of stuff to say, but if you don't want to rely on any safety net, so I guess we could... well, I guess I could say that this blue-greenish color scheme is very typical for Mr. Pollitt's work, and it's pretty much present in all of his games.
It's an appropriate color scheme for a jail cell, in that blue is a color that's usually associated with depression and sadness. And there is nothing more sad and depressing than to be arrested and thrown into a jail for trying to exercise your human rights. Although, now that I get a better look at it, it's not exactly blue, it's more aquamarine. Okay, this is not going anywhere. How's life during the pandemic in Finland? Are you getting your vaccinations anytime soon?
I have one already.
Good.
But, yeah, I'm part of the risk group, so I'm in the...
That's great to know.
Yeah.
Here comes the pretzel man. Say ah, and spit. Da-da-dun-da.
Well, at least they're feeding their prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
So we need some other food items in order to get us where we want, which is to have some kind of weaponry.
A hope to escape.
Yeah, I guess I should have gotten more of this dead air out.
Yes, that would have been nice. The video is already as long as it is. Matti, you win. Give me some reviews.
There's not a bad thing I can say about this game. Everything made sense, the art was superb, and the story was interesting and funny. I liked the interplay between Cedric and Victor. That was a nice touch. Good
I
work.
like this. Honestly, saying that everything makes sense, it's the highest possible praise you could give to a point-and-click adventure game, because most of them don't even have that luxury. Let's face it. That gave me a bit of a chuckle. Why are we mixing up our soup with the toilet water?
This is just the try everything by clicking it thing.
Ah yes, try anything by clicking through things. That's the number one adventure player technique, really. Any more reviews you have for me, my main Matty?
This is from 5 years after making the game. Bernie is the master of starting many projects and barely finishing any of them. What? Cedric is one of the few exceptions, and it shows what the guy can do with a deadline looming over him.
Now,
Yeah, apparently
that comment about not finishing his games. Can you confirm to me that it is factually wrong?
Well, based on his Twitter feed, I only know 2 games that he has announced but not finished. But I guess back in the day, he used to be a more not so goal-oriented, but
A bit more coy with the updates.
yeah, but there's like 11 games with kitty games, so I'm not sure that's correct anymore. I'm Bernhard Pollitt's connoisseur, you see.
Did we kill the guard?
No, he's just unconscious.
Oh. Can we kill the guard?
It's not that kind of game.
Oh.
This
Can
is
we
a very
play that
light...
kind of game?
Oh, I can for the next time give something where we kill people.
Oh, brother. Right.
Yeah.
What do you mean none of them fit? Oh, okay, so we're going to have to leave Nigel over there, whatever his name is, attached to the wall. Of course not, I'll never leave a friend alone. Now I'm just going to go and leave you alone, bye!
Well, we finally got out.
Yes, it only took 2 years. If you waited 5 more minutes, you would have spent the entire sentence in there.
Okay, yeah, I guess I continue with the review. This is a great game with puzzles that are difficult enough to satisfy you when you solve them, but which rarely frustrate. They also feel inventive at times, with no annoying fetch quest included. The characters are just as well thought out. Cedric is a little elf boy who is intelligent and very determined to reach his goals. Victor is...
I just realized that they are Asterix and Obelix. That's the dynamic. Small, smart one, big, strong, but dumb guy. Yes, it's that dynamic. I like it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've read a lot of Asterix and Obelix.
Yes, me too. We have something to talk about. So how good is Asterix and Obelix? You know, the French nationalist propaganda notwithstanding.
Yeah, it is funny at times, yeah. I don't remember much of them because it has been a quite long while, but I do like most of the stories.
Yes, it's very good in terms of comedy. It never gets old to see them punch and slap a few Romans. I always enjoyed that as a kid. I've watched all of the animated Asterix films. What about you?
I guess I've watched like 3.
And when I say all the animated Asterix films, I mean all of them, from the original adaptation of Asterix, the first book, way back in the late 70s or early 80s, I believe, to the very last CG animated one, which was garbage, by the way. but that's a story for another time. I've seen them all. To this day, my favorite would be the one about the 12 trials of Asterix. The 12 tasks.
Okay. Yeah, I best remember the one with the soothsayer. And then the professor guy gets kind of mad because Obelix accidentally throws a stone at him.
Wait, what are we talking about?
The Asterix movie I remember the best.
You lost me in your description of the plot.
Okay. The village scientist guy gets mad because Obelix accidentally throws a stone on him. And there's also this soothsayer guy who gives all kind of gloomy predictions to the villagers and they completely believe it.
Right. Yes. That's the book. The animated version is sort of a weird mix-up between two books. That one that you mentioned about the soothsayer, and the one about the fight between chief leaders, in which famously the druid Panoramix, or as he is known in the English version, Getafix, I believe. He gets hit by a rock and he gets amnesia and becomes stupid.
Yeah. I guess we watched that at 12th trial thing at some history class at the upper secondary school, if I remember correctly.
That's funny because there is nothing historically accurate about Asterix.
Yeah, it was just something funny at the end of the year kind of deal.
It was fun. I think of all the Asterix films, it is the one with the most creative animation.
Oh yeah, we have a talking mouse.
Yes, I noticed. I did not even blink.
Yeah. Oh wait, it was a rat. My apologies for...
A mouse, a rat, and a possum. Who cares? They're all rodents. I will not apologize for my rodent racism.
Yeah. Well, apparently the mouse used to be a human, but was turned into a rat.
Oh, so we have to find a princess to kiss him? No, wait, that's a frog.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to find a verming exterminator to kiss him? I don't know. I'm sure there is a potion hanging around in some laboratory around these parts.
Yeah. At this point, I'm kind of clicking what I see, and I managed to solve puzzles, even though at this point I don't remember yet what their context were. It's kind of a...
Ah, you've entered auto mode. I must say, I am having trouble not falling asleep.
Okay, let me continue with the review.
I don't know, Matti. I don't know if it's a knee-jerk reaction to you specifically, but anytime we plan to do any of these recordings, I always feel suddenly very tired.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we took a photograph of ourselves. Because those things existed in Middle Ages.
Listen.
Yeah, it's a kind of a weird how the technology in this game is implemented.
Oh, you think that's bad? get a load of any given Shonen Jump fantasy adventure story.
Oh my god.
For example, in Naruto, we have cars, we have video game consoles, but for some inexplicable reason, we do not have telephones. And we have to send our messages with birds. Why? What's the deal with that level of technology? It is so inconsistent and uneven, and it drives me mad.
Yeah, I haven't watched Naruto, but I'd venture to guess that maybe if there's magic in the air, it may interfere with the telephone radio waves or something.
They are ninja. They don't do magic. They do ninja techniques, ninjutsu, which is basically the blanket term for magic in that universe.
So wait, no one in Naruto uses...
No, they use ninjutsu. It's the same as with Dragon Ball. Nobody really uses magic, except for a few magic users here and there. They use chi in Dragon Ball, primarily.
Aren't they practically the same thing?
No, shut up, they're not! You know nothing! Don't question it! Never question anything in your life! Die ignorant! You're not supposed to say it!
Okay, so now finally we got our friend free.
Right. It's so dark and cold in here. Hard to tell whether... I'm not even going to bother reading the text anymore.
Well, I guess I can do it too.
Matti, I'm going to have to ask you to significantly reduce your intake of lip smacking in the foreseeable future.
Oh, do you have those kind of... what's that condition where you hate certain sounds, or... There was a specific name for it.
I used to not care about lip smacking up until somebody pointed to me that I lip smack too often, and then I could not unhear it.
Oh.
The bottom line is that you lip smack, you smack your little lips so often that very often, and I try to edit all of that out of the videos.
Oh.
So, please try not to smack your lips too often. I cannot stand them.
It's not conscious, but...
And I know for a fact that a lot of people cannot stand them. Which is the primary reason why I am cutting them out.
Yeah. Okay, so...
That's almost lip smacking. Can you not begin talking without doing every time? You see how annoying it is.
Okay, but now that you mention it, it makes me want to make it even more.
Dang it! No! Quick! Reverse psychology!
You're just like that snake who said to Eva that she should eat an apple from the tree.
Really? Really? I am the snake in this situation? You decided I'm the snake.
You gave me forbidden information I wasn't supposed to know.
There is nothing forbidden about me asking you not to smack your goddamn lips!
Okay. The review!
The review!
Yeah. So, Victor is a blacksmith Cedric wants to work for, and he follows him around. You will meet many others fun ones, like an insulting hat or the drunk barkeeper.
Or a gargoyle from The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh yeah, this gargoyle is... the gargoyle is basically the Squidward of this game.
Really?
Very
So-
sarcastic.
So essentially, we're going to drive him insane by nagging him constantly? Because that's what comes to mind when you mention Squidward. Pain. The mere fact that he exists means he has to suffer.
Mommy will be like so proud of you. Clap, clap. Oh, clappity clap.
Show off. What do we have to do with this gargoyle?
Well, in the later puzzle we do need certain magic ingredients and...
Mm-hmm.
We need this gargoyle's tears, it's one of them.
We have to make him cry. Do we insult him up until he cries?
Well, there's a different solution to that.
Oh no, I'm thinking about Abe's Exodus. Remember that game? Remember the tears extraction? To make a bloody soda drink?
Oh. And late.
Speaking of Oddworld, there is a new Oddworld game that just came out. I think I might get it in the future.
Yeah, I guess I should get into the series as well.
It is the most proudly anti-capitalist video game series you could possibly find on the Sony PlayStation.
Yeah. I only remember playing the first game's demo like in the previous century, but...
In the previous century? Don't say that! You're going to make me turn into dust by saying that! Dear God! Have some mercy!
Yeah.
The
I didn't
previous
really know
century.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to do in it. I didn't get very far.
It's a puzzle-heavy platformer. And the controllers tend to be a bit stiff. Which is honestly part of the point. You're not exactly hero material and you're trying to survive in a world that's entirely hostile to you and wants you dead. All the while also trying to save your own kind, which might or might not die horrible deaths depending on how good you are in saving them.
Oh, the king is possessed by a demon.
Oh yes, that explains everything. He's not just a crazy old power-hungry monarch. No, he's possessed by a devil. That's why he's bad. That's a cop-out, if it's true.
Yeah, the wizard just said that he's running because he saw the king's true face. So yeah, they now need to do a ritual in order to banish the demon.
Are we really going to trust a guy that wears a combination between a bedtime, a Santa Claus, and a little elf hat with a candle on top of it?
I mean, maybe that's just a royal wizard attire? He did say that he needed to leave his pants when he was running away.
I was yet to comment on that. Thanks for bringing attention to the subject.
Don't worry,
Right.
I'm sure he's wearing underwear. We're all fine.
I don't really need to think about it. I can just move on with my life. Why are those sun rays green? What's up with the sun in this world?
Oh yeah.
That's weird. Are we being invaded by aliens? Don't you have the candles already?
Yeah, I do have the candles. We need to go to the upstairs and the king's room and put the candles there.
Put the candle back. Eh? Young Frankenstein.
There's so many things I need to watch.
You have never watched Young Frankenstein?
Yeah, I have missed that one. I have seen a producers and silent movie and some of those later stinkers, but
nothing that Mel Brooks has ever made will ever top the Spaceballs animated series from the mid-2000s.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one.
And when I say
yes,
and when I say top, I mean it is absolutely the worst thing he's ever been involved with. It is the worst thing he's ever had his name attached to. Absolutely. Wow. Yes, even the History of the World Part 1 is not as bad as that horrible thing.
Even worse than Dracula Dead and Loving It.
At least Leslie Nielsen is a charismatic presence in that film.
Yeah.
But yes, it's worse.
Yeah, I haven't seen that history thing.
It's not good. Well, it has one good scene, which is the Inquisition musical. But other than that, don't bother.
Okay. And that was rather decent. That High Velocity, or was it the Hitchcock parody?
To this day, I think his best work is Blazing Saddles.
Yeah. I prefer Producers, but Blazing Saddles is a good one.
It's a film that, for better and for worse, could never be remade or fought out in today's climate. For both obvious, fair, and unfair reasons.
Well, at least we got gargoyle tears by using the feather to trigger his allergies to birds.
That's great. That's fantastic. That is so useful. What are we doing?
Yeah, we are gathering more ingredients, I suppose. Yeah, we also need to handle the candles a little bit because they wouldn't stand on their own, so we need to first go to that room. There are pipes for cold water and hot water, and need to put the candles on the hot water pipe in order to melt them a little bit so we can
I think
stick
you
them.
were in the middle of reading a review about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. The graphics exhibit a trademark that Byrne is well known for in the community, namely the ever use of green hue. Flames are green, as is fire or rays of sunlight.
I told you that jail cell was aquamarine.
Sometimes green is so overused that some screens are nearly monochrome. Nevertheless,
Yes, I agree. You know what? I agree. The art direction in this game leaves a lot to be desired. The color palette is very muted, generally speaking. Not always, but generally speaking. It lacks variety. Oh! I told you couldn't defeat a masculine man such as myself, and this is what you get for not listening! No one... Gaston, look at him.
Yeah.
Meh. I'm such a badass. Belle, marry me now! Oh, I love him. I love him immediately. Let's throw him off a window.
We need to just get the demon out of him first.
Oh, sure. But then we throw him off a window.
Well, maybe he's reasonable after we have saved his life.
No, down with the monarchy. No royals. I mean, if we wait for all of them to die out of old age, we'll all be dead before they do. We have to wait a long time for that one guy to die. After all.
Yeah. Well, as long as there are not too much taxes and enough bread and circuses, I guess it's okay.
You can't say that with a straight face.
Yeah.
No, it cannot be said. A proof of friendship? Mystery ingredient? I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah. We have already gotten the tears and the proof of friendship because we took a photo with Victor. Which
oh my gosh. That's so dumb.
So now we just need the essence of nature.
Well, I guess friendship is literally magic here.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
5 years before
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is 11 years old.
Yeah. I only watched the first 2 and part of the 3rd season in order to understand the phenomenon.
I don't want to say you had to be there, but you definitely had to be there. As in, you have to understand that the general output of quality cartoons up until the year of 2010 was very poor. So when a show like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic pops up and it seems to be above average in quality, it automatically seems like a masterpiece by comparison. Nowadays, we have so much more choice and so many more fabulous cartoons.
Yeah,
but I would argue that Friendship is Magic paved the way to this situation in many ways.
Yeah, I think the only good show from that era was Avatar The Last Airbender, but no one watched it at the time.
Avatar The Last Airbender was actually earlier than that. It was 2005, 2006. It was a shiny, golden beacon in an otherwise sea of grey and brown.
Oh,
Let us never forget. Let us never forget.
Lasted to 2008.
No, 2005, 2006. Let us never forget, my friends. The mid-2000s, the 2000s in general, is the decade that has given us the nutsack. Let us never forget that.
Did you watch Kim Possible? I think that was a...
Yes.
I heard that was a good show.
It was fine.
From that era.
Fun. Again, the general quality was very low, so the few good shows that were running at the time seemed so much better by comparison.
I mean, the 2000s was the time where the Disney animated canon was kind of struggling as well.
That decade was the decade that almost killed the cartoon in Cartoon Network. Yikes.
Yeah. Well, every artist have their dry seasons, and sometimes many artists happen to have dry seasons at the same time.
You're confusing artists with out-of-touch producers, my friend.
Yeah.
Anyway, cartoons are much better now than they ever were.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah, it seems like they have more nuance in their themes and storytellings.
There's more variety, more styles to be appreciated. Sometimes you have to know where to look for them, but it's nice to have the choice. Have you seen Kid Cosmic, the latest show by Craig McCracken?
No. Has it recent?
Yes, it's on Netflix. Do you still have Netflix?
Yeah, yes.
Then you should watch it.
Okay, Kid Cosmic, you said.
Yes. Some of the best cartoons I've seen recently were showcased on Netflix. Netflix is the kind of streaming platform that has a lot of good shows on it, variety, something for everyone, but they are absolutely terrible in advertising them, in making them known to you. They have a draconic system in place that really makes it hard to enjoy what they have to offer.
Well, in those
And sometimes they go out of their way to screw the creators. Everything they have done to the studio responsible for BoJack Horseman and Tuca and Bertie, that was a huge deal a few years back. Now, thankfully, Tuca and Bertie are getting their long overdue second season when they switch to Adult Swim. But still, we didn't get the proper BoJack Horseman conclusion we deserved. It was still good, a conclusion, but some aspects of it were clearly cut for time because of Netflix.
Yeah, I need to watch that show too.
Yes, that's really good. I wholeheartedly recommend it.
Yeah, personally I gotten clear what the Netflix originals are, just looking at the Wikipedia article and seeing the list and clicking everything and see what would
I can give you a brief rundown of the shows you might want to check out. You definitely want to see the She-Ra reboot.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's every bit as good as they say it is.
Okay.
So there's Kid Cosmic. There's... Oh, I would recommend checking out Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts. It is flawed, but it is interesting at the very least. It is very much worth your time. Oh, and one of my favorite things ever would be Glitch Techs. It's so good! I love that show. Oh, so good. I love it. It's a show made for me specifically. But you could enjoy it too.
Okay, Glitch Tech.
So good. It's so good. It's way more fun and good than it has any right to be. But I love it. Oh, I love it so much.
Okay, but we are about to approach the climax where we are about to do
already?
a little ritual.
Oh wow, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, overall this game is alright.
Alright is the right word.
Yeah.
Let's make some magic happen. Alright, let's summon a girlfriend. I mean... Uh-oh.
Great timing, kid. Couldn't you just waited until I've done my bath?
Never mind.
Never mind. I'm the officer Xachtl.
That's a great
Currently
pronunciation.
Yeah, if I understood correctly, he's kind of an come here to take the rogue demon that has come
Oh
to the...
boy, as if regular cops weren't bad enough, now we have a cop from hell!
Yeah, I guess we need someone to catch those robbers.
You know, the criminality rate would go down dramatically if there wasn't such a scarcity of resources, because a few rich people in the world hoard all of the resources. I'm just saying. What is going on here? And why is there a
so
demon?
communism is the answer.
Socialism. Well, the real answer would be to tax the rich and to regulate the corporations, not just spouting buzzwords such as socialism, you know?
There's few things.
Besides, socialism is all well and good in theory. In practice, there's the human greed. Socialism fails not because the system is flawed. The system would work if the people in power were not greedy. And there is no counteracting that, really. Capitalism, on the other hand, works so well specifically because people in power, in a position of power, are greedy. So that's your 2-cent thought for you.
Yeah. Well, I haven't met them, so I can't really say.
They will probably not be fun to talk to if you happen to meet them in a bus, right? What are you going to say to Elon Musk if you meet him? Hey, that car you shot into space sure was fun. Have you done anything else more relevant after that? No? Why the hell are you the richest person on the planet, you fuckhead? I'll tell you why. We all know why, but let's pretend we don't.
Yeah, I don't know him well enough to...
You don't really have to know a billionaire personally to know that the fact that they are billionaire is literally an existential threat to the rest of us. It's not a matter of personality, it's a matter of that they have such accumulated wealth, which they did because either their families were rich and they themselves kept exploiting the worker force. The fact that they have so much money and they do nothing with it, they keep on hoarding it, is bad for the economy because money does not get to move around, and thus it's bad for literally everyone else who's not them. Also, climate change. Billionaires are an existential threat. So, we should respond to existential threats the same way the hero responds to, I don't know, an alien invasion? The same way the Doom guy responds to hell demons, I should say.
Whatever you say, Guy Fawkes.
Whatever you say. Listen, I may not like the Metal Gear Solid games for various reasons, but I definitely agree with their critique on the industrial military complex and social engineering. Especially when all of those things turn out to be absolutely true.
Let's open cold water pipe.
Yes.
So we can get...
Can we get to the beheading now? I've been waiting for a beheading the entire game.
I should really stop playing political games with you.
Matti, by the very definition of the word, there is nothing that's not inherently political, because everything that's ever been made is made by people who live in a society.
Yeah, I know. You just become so angry when we talk about these things.
What's really scandalous is that you are not angry enough. Okay, oh my gosh, this guy is ripped to shred.
Yep.
My gosh! Vince McMahon, sign him up!
Yeah, so we are now at the last puzzle of the game.
Hey, I just realized that guy on the left, he looks vaguely like Prince Philip.
Who was Prince Philip again?
Oh, it's the royal who just died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah.
May he...
Jesus, dude.
I will not take this back.
Yeah.
Right, so we took care of Gaston there.
Yep.
That was easy.
So yeah, we have now completed all the puzzles and we just watched the...
That was a bit anticlimactic. Why is this demon guy a pharaoh?
I have no idea. They just happen to be...
What is he wearing? A stylish bandana. Halt, you criminal scum! Right. Well, that was disappointing, very disappointing. I was promised an execution.
No one said anything about
I was
execution.
promised a ceasing of the means of production. Right. You used your ball technique on him. Hey, servant guy, get a bucket with cold water. Oh boy. I was hoping for an actual revolution in this game titled Cedric and the Revolution. I feel as if certain implicit promises were not kept. I cannot get over this guy, this king guy. My gosh. He's nothing like I was expecting him to be.
Well, the revolution is a rather soft one.
Oh, the twist is that he was bad all along. I get it. That's very nice. That's very progressive of him.
Yeah.
Do I really have to call you that? No, I was just kidding. Here, let's try this thing now, okay? Sure thing. This is great, matey! And now it's time to become the greatest blacksmith ever! You can start by fetching some water from the well behind my house. Okie dokie, Vic. Oh! Ouch. You okay, Sid? I'm fine, thank you. Want me to help you up? Yes, it looks like the soon-to-be greatest blacksmith ever could use your help. Oh, this guy is still a statue, though!
Yeah, that's the funniest thing.
Oh, that's terrible. I love it. Right. Well, we managed to successfully negotiate a democratic compromise with our oppressor. Hooray for incremental change!
I mean, everybody gets something.
What did the drunk guy do, by the way?
I mean, he's the bartender.
Oh, that's sweet. That's very wholesome. I like it. This game was fine.
Yeah, it is alright.
And now it's over. And we
So-
never finished that review. Oh well.
Oh yeah, we didn't. But
I mean, what is the point? I think we get the gist of it. People liked it.
yeah. I mean, it's not the best one around, but it's pretty decent enough.
It is
Just wanted
decent
to-
enough.
Give some kind of palate cleanser after the last thing I had put you through.
I thought parsnip was the palate cleanser, but you know what? I can never have enough of those.
Yeah.
Right, so this was Cedric and the much promised revolution, which never happened. Sad. Real sad.
I guess the real revolution was the friends we made along the way.
Oh, shut up!
The revolution was inside you all along.
I mean, yes, that's where it starts. Again, this is Matti, I am Madhog, and we are done with this, so good night, everybody.
Yeah. Good night.
Viva la revolution! Here it is. It's your weekly test recording.
It is a weekly test recording. Epic guitar solo. It's a weekly test recording. Test record.
No, please continue. I want to hear the entire ditty.
Yeah, I wanna hear your test recording.
Test recording.
Testi, cha-cha.
Okay.